Hurricane Debby has officially made landfall in Florida.
This week, we prepped the boat for hurricane season, just in time for Hurricane Debby to make landfall 172 miles away. Join us as we go through the list to ensure safety for our vessel, and let us know what you do to prepare for a big blow. We are Paige and Daniel, traveling with our Great Dane Winston on our 38-foot catamaran to see what lies beyond the horizon. A big thanks to those who support our adventures on Patreon, especially our awesome patrons. Go to patreon.com to find out how you can become an awesome patron.
Good morning. We are expecting a lot of weather to come in tonight and tomorrow. So there are some things we need to prepare. We're actually expecting Hurricane Debby to make landfall tomorrow morning and then possibly hit us by tomorrow night. So we want to be ready. And there's quite a bit we still need to do. But first, let's go wake up Daniel. Love? It's time to wake up! We gotta get ready for the hurricane! Yes, sir! It's nice and calm outside. Now, I promise we really did talk about this yesterday, because we are expecting a lot of wind to start picking up later in the morning. Well, actually, pretty early in the morning, by 8 o'clock, we're expecting some heavier wind. And it is easier to take the head sail down when, you know, it's this light. But unfortunately, it's just super early today. He's up!
All right.
Yeah, we have very different energy levels right now. That happens in the morning. All right, so first thing we're working on is dropping the head sail. We want to go ahead and stow it, put it away so it doesn't unfurl when it's in hurricane force winds. That sounds so much scarier than it really will be. We're not expecting it to be like super crazy because it'll be a hurricane category 1 when it makes landfall in Florida, and then it's going to go over the peninsula and then hit us. So it might be a tropical storm, hopefully. Right, babe?
Or probably less.
Oh, okay. So, but we just want to be safe than sorry.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop the head sail. This is the jib halyard here. We just open this guy up.
And as we drop this,
Yeah.
so we loosen this, it'll come down on that side.
Yep.
This is fun, isn't it? No. Daniel said no. Did you?
I said, yeah.
All right, so one of the nice things about hurricane prep and taking down our sail is that we get to fold it up and actually get to take a look at it, because when we furl it, we are not actually examining the sails. So when we bring it down and take a look, we can see what kind of issues there might be, and we're taking a look at the repair that we did last year before we came out on this big adventure, and so far it's looking pretty good.
It is such a tiny little sail. I mean, look at this little bundle. This is just the cutest little sail.
It's a 90%, so it's actually, we call it our storm sail, even though it's not. That was the only thing that had to get done first thing in the morning with zero wind, as you guys could tell with the big sail. Yeah. So now for some coffee, and Dana can wake up and be in a perkier mood.
I'm not perky.
Okay, so now that we've had some coffee and we're not so concerned about the wind. Well, I mean, we are in the grand scheme of things, but right now we can do everything that we need to do with wind. So we are going to just start tidying things up, putting things away, and making sure that we have a clean deck before the storm comes.
Well, the next thing we need to do is get these astroturfs off, because they are big wind catches as well. So we're gonna pull them off and stick them in the locker.
And AstroTurfs are for Winston. So we use that for Winston to go potty. But he's not going to be going, we're not going to use them during the next few days during this storm. So we'll put them away.
So we are securing our continuous furler so it doesn't flippy floppy around in all this supposed wind.
I guess Daniel doesn't think there's going to be a lot of wind.
I really don't. I think that we might see, this is not very secure. Because I didn't do a very good knot.
Well, see, Daniel and I are debating right now. I think it'd be actually easier just to take the darn thing off, and Daniel wants to tighten it down and secure it because he thinks that will be easier. So these are the arguments that we have as a married couple on a boat.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not just taking this thing off. You know, it's taking it off and taking off all the line that's run all the way to the end of the boat, and it's undoing all of that. And we have it set up nicely right now. So all we have to do is put the screecher back on it, and it's ready to go. Well, there are probably better knots to do than I can, but my brain's not working right now. So we're just gonna take the damn thing off.
Yeah, Daniel's tried to tighten it about 3 times now. So yeah, it's time to take it off.
There are plenty of knots which have the application for this, and I'm not thinking of any right now, and so yeah, we'll just take it off.
How does this come out? Oh, I have to take
take the ring ding off.
The ring ding. Daniel hates ring dings, so that's why I'm doing this, and that's probably why he thought it was going to be such a pain in the ass to take it off. There we go. One more. Oh, it's so fast. Daniel didn't catch it, but that's okay. I got it done, and now we'll put the darn thing away. Well, I think the next thing we need to do is wrap the mainsail. Now, it does have a sail bag on it, so that's going to keep the mainsail secure during high winds, but it doesn't hurt to go ahead and give it another wrap. So we'll get our jack lines and then wrap it up. Oh, yesterday we put away the solar shades, so we already took care of that because, you know, with all this cloud cover, we really don't need them today.
I think we only need one wrap. Like I said, we have the sail bag on, and it's zipped, and it's in decent shape. So I think we'll be okay.
All right, next thing on the list is to put out extra fenders and more dock lines.
Yeah, the deck is secure, so now let's secure the whole boat. Alright, so we want to free up this cleat for our starboard bow line to come to here. So I'm going to take this cleat and take it back to mid. That's what I'm doing here. Winston is supervising his own.
Winston is a great supervisor. Alright, so now that we have the extra dock lines on, we're going to put on fenders and then tighten down the dock lines, because otherwise we might not have room to put fenders in. There you go.
Our balls are considerably bigger now.
Oh goodness. That is so cool. It's a blue crab eating one of the dead fish. There is actually a lot of wildlife here in the murky waters of Florida. This is what I call Florida tea. So there's actually a lot of wildlife. We just can't see it.
Oh, you can see like the top 4 inches of it.
So I get super stoked when I can see like turtles or crabs or manatee. It's very exciting. So I don't know how faux pas this is, but I was thinking maybe we could just double up our fenders, you know, because we have a fender on this stanchion already, so maybe putting a second fender next to it. I mean, when you're going through a heavy storm, right, the more fenders the better, just in case if one breaks, right? I don't know. And we have the fenders, so we might as well put them out, right?
There we go.
There, right there. Yes?
Yep.
As such, that's not gonna.
That's not gonna hold.
That's not gonna hold at all.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do a bowline.
Yeah. Just loop it around it.
Are you guys recording? Because this is not the most ideal situation. A part of me wants this to be perfect and look easy, but to be honest, it's not. This should be easy though. You know, I wasn't recording you when you didn't know how to tie a knot over there, okay?
This is true. Winston, you are no help.
You tie it.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands. No, that's...
And the extra stress of holding a camera in someone's face while they're trying to figure a problem does not make it any easier. Okay, normally we put our fender lines on our stanchions. These are stanchions. But we already have fenders on those stanchions. Okay, so to follow up, we ended up tying a bowline and then wrapping it on the cleat.
We really should get better at our knots.
Now, if our lifelines were like hard bars, then we would just tie onto those. But we don't have that, so, you know, we gotta use other methods, right?
As we've always said, we just make this up as we go. And then we find out later we did it wrong from people who are far more experienced than we are, and we just thank our lucky stars that they were very lucky.
We're still alive. A part of me wonders if it's like a condom where more is actually less effective. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. Let me know, guys. Comments below. What are we doing wrong in this hurricane prep?
I think we just opened the floodgates. Great. I think we've officially reached silly, which is probably where we want to be.
We've officially declared bumper boat status. So normally the marina that we're staying in will turn off the water and power to the docks in 3 days before the storm. They have not done that yet. I don't think they will with this storm. I get the impression that it is a much lighter storm and we're probably making a bigger fuss about it than it really is, but you know, we needed to do some hurricane prep anyways, so might as well do it now.
Is it supposed to do that? I don't feel like it's supposed to do that.
Oh, that one does it.
Not as much as this.
That's about, what, 1/8 of an inch? Well, that one lifts a bit. Maybe they just do.
Maybe they just do.
We just never noticed.
Mine's 4 for 4, so maybe that's what it's supposed to do. Or we have 4 for 4 problems. Let us know.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys keeping an eye on us and making sure that we're not doing totally stupid things. And then all the suggestions you guys give us, oh my goodness. All right, we have the deck is all secure, put away. The fender lines and the extra, the fender lines, dock lines and fenders are all put out. So now we need to look at our cockpit, and anything that is loose, anything that could flippy flop or fly off, we need to secure. And it's quite a mess.
I mean, it's mostly just rope. Charlie Bronson's always got rope. He always winds up using it.
We have plants inside. Of course, we have to do a coffee roast because it'll be too windy and rainy for us to do a coffee roast tomorrow. So, coffee roast it is. Yeah, we have priorities. Yep, that's our coffee roaster. So now we're grabbing the generator, tucked it back here because we don't use it very often. In fact, We've never used it before, so we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get her cranked up. And Dana wants me to carry it because he wants me to know that I can. Ah. It's heavy. There. I did it!
There is no oil in the engine. 10W30.
Does oil have an expiration date?
It's made from dinosaurs. No.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's supposed to go in here. And yeah, it's all right. I think it's at the top of the filler neck. Looks like it's about to spill. Yeah, it's there.
All right, so we have a ton of gasoline that we did not use. We actually bought it before we left for the Bahamas, and we didn't use it all. Hopefully, there's not a problem.
By a ton, probably like 20 gallons, and we used like less than 5. I hope that it's still good. I mean, because it's marine gas, so it's non-ethanol. But we bought it like 6 months ago, so let that be a lesson to all everyone out there. If you don't know how long it's going to be before you crack into the gas, just go ahead and put some stabilizer in it, which we didn't do.
Woo! Oh no!
That's a bit over full.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. Turn the fuel cap to on. We turn the eco throttle to off. We make sure nothing's plugged in. We turn the engine to start. We turn the choke over that way.
Then we pull the doohickey.
Then we pull the doohickey.
And then I just pull.
Yeah, just pull.
Think I can do it?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. I did it!
Now close the choke. I guess we let it run for a minute.
We're gonna turn it off now. I'm gonna switch the on switch to off, and then I'm going to take the gas switch from on to off. Just like that.
Just like that.
Easy.
Now let's check the oil again. Make sure we did that right. Yeah. Still got the other oil here in the filler neck. So yeah.
So next thing I'm gonna do, it started raining now. I'm going to try to bring in this dog dock so the wind doesn't catch it. Daniel doesn't think it's a big deal, but you know, I'm a little over precautious.
Why don't I think it's a big deal?
Because it's inside the dinghy. And you're gonna get video of me struggling to get it out of the dinghy. That's what this is. God, love it.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt for me to get that thing out of there, even with the cinch straps off. And I know how to get it out of there. So I don't think that any wind coming from any direction is going to lift that thing up out of there. I bet the dinghy would come down before that thing came out of there.
Well, okay. I will tighten up the ratchet straps and we'll move on.
All right, and then last things last, we'll fill up our water tanks.
Because again, we want to make sure that we have water in case if there's any kind of damage that's on the dock that prohibits us from having water, or if the marina decides to turn off the water.
Now, we do have a water maker, but I don't really want to make water in this, so I have to go get the water filter. And the strangest place you would ever imagine.
It is a bit odd. And you know, we cruised a full season while doing it wrong. So we got a new filter, and we figured we would just do it right now.
The refrigerator. Apparently, you're supposed to keep your water filter in your refrigerator. As it says,
Or at least that brand.
at least this brand. Yeah. After you choose, allow the filter to drain completely and air dry. Store in a refrigerator. We are all buttoned up. We've taken care of everything on the list that we deemed necessary for hurricane prep. And yeah, we've cleaned up everything that could turn into flying debris.
That's the number one thing that causes damage. So we are ready.
We're ready for our second hurricane in the second year that
That's right.
we've had this
Well,
boat.
actually, this is still the first year. Our 1 year anniversary is at the end of this month.
Oh, it's true, yeah. So,
Anyways, But yeah, we'll show you guys some of the storm footage.
Yeah.
It's coming! Here comes Debbie!